Good evening. Despite the wet summer, building work still bang on schedule at one of the most significant economic developments in our region for a generation. That's how council leaders are describing the i54 site in South Staffordshire.
Yes, in countryside next to the M54, Jaguar Land Rover is currently spending around £355 million building a new engine factory, which will create 750 jobs. Work on the new link road connecting the area to the motorway is due to start in November, and there's already said to be interest from businesses from across the Midlands in the 4 remaining plots available. The hope is that by 2014, the area will have been transformed into a major high-tech business hub, supporting thousands more jobs in the region. Bob Hockenhull reports.
Recession? What recession? That's the view of construction workers involved in creating one of the UK's largest industrial parks. Today, our cameras were allowed onto the i54 site to see how 2.5 million square feet of land is being shaped to help the Midlands out of economic gloom.
The connectivity that the junctions afford in the motorway network, so you can go north, south, east, west, plus all the skills that we've got around here, it's a wonderful opportunity for companies to start up, relocate or expand here in the West Midlands.
Half of I54 on the outskirts of Wolverhampton has already been taken up by companies like Jaguar Land Rover. Those overseeing the project are confident the remaining 50% will prove irresistible to businesses wishing to be in the industrial heartland of the country.
We are in tough economic times, but I believe the factories we've currently got and the development of Jaguar Land Rover will act as a magnet to attract others, so I'm very confident.
It's not just a building site. 2 companies are already here. Moog, which makes aviation components, took over an established Wolverhampton firm 3 years ago and only decided to commit to staying in the city because of I54.
Well, I think the I54 site is going to be ideal, especially when they make the interconnect with the M54. It's a beautiful land space. They did a great job on designing a building that fits in very well with the environment.
In November, work begins to connect the M54 to the site, which will be dominated by Jaguar Land Rover's new factory. And here it is, the jewel in the I54 crown. I'm standing on what will be the machine hall of the Jaguar Land Rover plant, due to be completed in 2014, and it'll bring at least 750 jobs to this site. And I54 is in an enterprise zone, so investors can get tax breaks. Another factor making it a potential powerhouse for prosperity. Bob Hockenhull, BBC Midlands Today.
Well, joining us now is Paul Bennett, who's president of the Black Country Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us this evening. This is all very encouraging, actually, with I54. We've still got to wait quite a while for JLR to get up and running with all those jobs. I mean, what is the state of the region's economy at this moment, would you say?
We're getting mixed messages from members within the Chamber of Commerce, but I think there is cautious optimism out there, particularly amongst our manufacturers.
There are some new figures out today, which I think we can see on the screen now, which suggest that while the number of jobs on offer in Wolverhampton is higher than it was last year, the actual competition for jobs has gone up too, from 23 applications per job to almost 28, and that's the same across the whole of the Midlands. Is it actually becoming harder then to get a job?
There is a lot of competition for jobs. Some of these jobs, like the jobs at JLR, will be very highly skilled jobs, and therefore then they're not open to all people. One of the things that we are working on very hard within the Chamber is to address the skills gap, to ensure that we have the right labour capacity to attract not only businesses like JLR, but other businesses that might look to invest at I54.
And while we're still waiting for I54 to be complete, are there any other short-term measures you can take to get the economy going?
Well, there are lots of things that I think we would like to see. Certainly access to finance is an issue. We're lobbying within Chamber for a national investment bank.
Consistent issue, that, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. And it's important that when we consider the opportunities for the wider economy from developments like I54, that some of our smaller businesses in the locality have got the funding to invest in tooling, invest in new machinery, to take advantage of the fantastic opportunity that I54 really does present for the region.
But do you overall feel optimistic?
I think we have to be, yes, very much so.
OK, Paul Bennett, thank you.
Now, farmers say